What's going on, guys? It's Brendan and my guy Tyler here. We have a very, very special guest for our podcast this week. The reigning, defending, undisputed U.S. Open champion, Kyle Troup.
I like it.
How's it going, guys?
What's going on, baby?
So just coming back from bowling. I mean, this wasn't just a light day for you. How you feel?
I feel great. I'm done bowling for the day.
Yeah.
You know, we're just down the street, literally down the street. I feel like I could have walked here. We're bowling the Indiana Classic right now, another stop on tour. And, bowled well, sitting in third right now, but 12 more games to go tomorrow. So, But it just feels good to have a drink and be hanging out with you guys.
12 and, 12 in the past 2 days?
We bowled 12 today, 12 yesterday. So it'll be 36 in 3 days.
Jeez.
That's a
I
decent little stretch.
love the confidence that you had, by the way. You messaged, we've been talking back and forth the last week or so, and you're like, yeah, just so you know, I'm definitely going to be bowling 2 squads on Wednesday. So I already know I'm going to make the cut. Let's not worry about that. It's going to be a little bit later. So I love the confidence. That's exactly what you need.
That's where you get where you need to be.
Hey, you got to have that, especially out here. These guys that we're bowling against, they're the best bowlers in the world. Yeah. And the pattern is, your Tuesday night league PBA version, Tuesday night league house shot.
I think it's
pretty soft.
230 something is what you have to have right now, average to make 24?
Yep. Jesper was 20-30. He just made it by 3 pins tonight, but I don't quite know. I haven't even looked at scores all week. Just because the scores are so high, I know if I bowl 190, it's probably not great. If I do it again,
we're in really bad
We're
shape.
probably going to be done bowling after the 6 games.
So I know this is a more of a sneaker-based podcast and stuff like that, but we really like to tailor to the people that come on. So, we'll talk a little bit about shoes, but I'm sure we'll probably veer off and kind of go about it that way. But what do you do you have some of the best clothing, I would say, on tour, as far as your look is pretty, I would say, iconic at this point. Nobody's really doing it like you do it,
Right.
Do you pick out shoes at the beginning of your season, these are what I'm gonna wear with this, or is it a weekly, whenever you come back to town, you change your rotation out?
Well, I think you could probably answer your own questions if you looked at the beaters that are on my feet right now.
Casuals, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I grabbed 3 pairs of shoes for this month and a half. It was these Dunk Lows that, are my beaters. The Pandas got beat the hell up and stepped in mud and never cleaned them.
Oh, no.
Fair enough.
And I brought a pair of Jordan 1 Gore-Tex. Just for snow and weather.
Yeah.
They're kind of green. I don't wear a ton of green, so kind of got to learn my way into that. And then a pair of black Yeezys, the Yeezy 350s, and I've worn them 3 times just because I'm literally going to the bowl, hanging out, bowling. I wear my bowling shoes, so my tennis shoes are on for maybe an hour in a bowling center for the whole day. So because last year I had 5 shoe boxes in the car. And it was a pain in the ass.
So you just try to just grab a bag with 3 pairs in it and just
Something that'll match everything.
Because last year I kind of wanted to flex the sneakers a little bit. I was really getting into it the last 3 years. I haven't bought a pair of sneakers in probably a year, so maybe we can get that worked out before we leave town.
Hey, I got a pair in here that's coming in, I think, tomorrow before I leave that I think that you're going to want.
Okay.
It's a size 11. I know it's kind of in your size
11 and a
range.
half, but I'm sure I could squeeze 11s. Yeah.
It's the Jordan 4 breads that just came out.
Okay.
Bread 4s. It's something clean you can wear with everything.
I have a pair of the black 4, just the black and red. I'm not a good being able to name them all and whatnot, and the 4s I'm not a huge fan of just because of the bulkiness.
Yeah.
And I guess getting into sneakers in the last few years, everybody's like, oh yeah, this guy's got a ton of style and a ton of fashion, because he wears wild clothes and bowling. Well, if I'm walking down the street, this ain't much fashion at all.
Right.
Oh,
but getting into the sneaker game the last several years, I've realized I don't have much style or fashion, but luckily I have a fiance now, and I've had a girlfriend before then for several years that kind of taught me. There'd be times I'd be coming out of the closet, because I would pick my shoes that I wanted to wear, and then I'd slap something together, and she'd be like, "Babe, what are you wearing?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, but that is your fashion. I mean, if
yeah, but no, I was
like
going
it.
for like, sharp,
just
like,
casual or
we're
something.
looking good, like we're chilling. And she's like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "Well, I just want to wear the shoes. So tell me something I can wear to rock with this."
Yeah, no, I mean, so like the way that they're doing, like they changed the 4 like to now, it's a little less bulky, and like I was not a huge fan of 4s beforehand, because the back tab on it was like really high and it like messed with my Achilles.
It gives a little blister there.
So they changed the back tab to being really soft and pliable. So it's easier to wear. So it's definitely something that I think that is going to be more of a turn on for people now. For that shoe.
if they keep it that way.
The reimagine, those were the Jordan 4. Were they the reimagined?
Yeah.
So what's the reimagined part? Just remade or something? Like, because
So
I don't know much
they
about
changed the leather.
history of the shoes.
Yeah.
Or,
They went and the shoe originally was suede and they made it leather. And then they did the SB4s like last year. They're like white with a little bit of green. So they did those, and they kind of changed the way that the shape of the shoe is. And that's how they're going to start making them from now on. Same with the back tab, because they saw how much people enjoyed it, and it's a lot more wearable for people now than it was.
So the
before.
reimagined is like the new style.
Basically.
A cool way to market that.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
I like it. Okay. Well,
You might like
have to
them.
check out a new
They're
pair
not
of
as
4s.
bulky. I wear a 13, and I'm keeping my pair.
Your size 13 isn't
Yeah.
bulky.
It is.
I was about to say.
It is. It's not as bulky as like a normal normal 4. It looks a whole lot better on your foot for the bulky look for that 4. So, but it's still bulky. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've done well this year, and I've actually been to 3 sneaker shops in the last 2 stops, and there was 7 size 11.5s or 11s and anything, maybe even like, because if I roll in there and first off, if I walk into a sneaker store or something, I'm overwhelmed as hell looking at the wall.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
just every color, and I don't, other than chunky dunks, like
I know. I know, dog. I know.
Hey, anybody listening, if y'all got chunky dunks, Kyle_Troup, TROUP, hit me up.
I've been looking for that shoe for 2 damn years, just so you know. Like, I can't find one and like confidently say that it's not fake. That's my big thing. Is
Or
like,
it has the friends and family box.
yeah,
and
or
it's
it has the friends.
insanely expensive.
Exactly. If you want to spend $4,000 on it with the box,
the Ben and Jerry
Ice cream,
yeah. Yeah, that box doesn't do anything.
Not the box, 'cause I'm gonna rock them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't either confidently say that it's legit, and I mean, if you're spending the amount of money that a chunky dunk is, like, you want it to be real, or it's $4,000. So, I mean, you're caught in a pickle with it right now. So,
Especially you're not. I mean, I'm not saying that you wouldn't, but I wouldn't spend $4,000 on a shoe.
Hell no!
Just-
I mean, I spent $100,000 3
That's-
weeks
yeah.
ago, and I still ain't bought a pair of
Yeah.
shoes. I'm like,
That's
I mean, Jespers went with me, and I mean, hell, like we went to the mall because I'm like, I'm gonna go shopping,
cool.
and
I got a little money now. I can maybe maneuver something around, see what I can do, and
yeah,
just not it.
and we went to the mall. We were there for about an hour, and I bought 4 cupcakes. Like, that was all I ended up leaving the mall with. Like, and I mean, I'm not
The must-have
not cheap.
items.
I mean, I am cheap, but
Yeah.
I do remember one of the only things for the year and a half I went to community college was my economics teacher said, he's not cheap, he's frugal.
That's
I don't 100% know what frugal means, but I'm guessing
it sounds better.
you're good with your money, but you ain't gonna spend it on dumb
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
right.
That's so funny.
No, man, like that's kind of how we are too. Like, especially him too. Like,
Hey.
if he doesn't get it for
That is
retail,
true,
a lot of times he's not buying it. I mean, we'll go out and we'll spend a little bit of money on certain pairs and stuff that we know or like stuff we really like. But for the most part, there's so many pairs that come out now that like you just get overwhelmed. Exactly like what you were saying, man. Like, you walk into a shoe store and they've got 75 shoes that are all your size, but they've got
40 different dunks.
Yeah, like-
Like
hell, they make a new dunk every week. So I
Literally.
mean, it's hard to pick stuff. I mean, for me too.
right.
So, what do you think is going to be? I mean, obviously Chunky Dunks, but like, is there other things on your list right now, or is it just kind of like you see it and you buy it, or kind of?
Yeah, like I mean, if I'm being honest, like my brother got me to join a YouTube channel, Roscoe or Chicken and Dubs, I think it's called, or or a Discord,
Oh yeah,
and I've been in
his
his Discord for a while, and I did it, but I haven't even looked at it in probably 8 months. Like I got engaged, like tour finished up, but Grateful Dead's, like I want a pair of those. Like,
which color?
Honestly, it doesn't really matter, but probably green or yellow. Like I'm not a huge fan of the blues. I did see a pair of the Powder Puff shoes.
Freaking amazing.
Yeah,
they're amazing.
They were flush. The shop we went into 2 weeks ago, I think we were in Mount Prospect. Yeah, I looked at, but they were 8.5 or whatever they were. But I was like, those are flush.
So that would have been something you would have bought if they had your size.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely probably would have pulled the trigger on that.
Which one would you have wanted though? Of the there's
I've
three.
seen the pictures of them. Like they had the blue one, and I'm a big blue guy. Like Carolina, Duke. Like growing up, I was never a fan of really either. Don't really care about them, but I like blue. Like so. But I also watched the hell out of the Powder Puff Girls when I was growing up. Like, I mean, I was probably 12, 13 years old, still watching the damn cartoons with my younger brother. And
I still watch cartoons. I'm 26, dog. Don't feel bad.
Actually, those three shoes are perfect for the vibe that you go for. I don't know what colors I guess you have on all your suits, but I think those would be some pretty good ones, actually.
Yeah, and I'm not, and I don't ever worry about my shoes matching my outfits because my outfits go from head to toe. So, like, I don't think it really, like I was about to say, I don't think it really matters if I match my outfits with my shoes, which is why I wear my beaters every single day. Like, I flash my shoe game, whatever.
Exactly.
Now, on like something like this, all day.
That's what I'm saying. I think that like me and you had talked, I think about a year ago, and said your style is like outgoing. So like if you're going to spend money on something, especially like shoes, it's gonna be like in your face because that's what attracts you to it. Like you're not just gonna go into the store and buy a shoe that's purple and yellow just because it's purple and yellow. You're gonna want one that's like, holy shit, that color or that fur on that shoe or whatever is just crazy and different.
Stands out. Yep. The one shoe I can think of, so when I first got into the sneaker game, my first few purchases were retail shoes on the Nike app that were available every day. I got the Jordan 1 lows, the black and gray shadow toe, or maybe something very similar but it was just readily available on the app. And my favorite shoe for several years, the Kybrid.
Okay.
The Kybrids with all the different designs. Yeah. Like the SpongeBob shoe would be the
I would have not guessed that.
No.
Oh, no. Like, I mean, and I wore them I wore them every day.
Yeah.
Just if I'm going to the gym, I'm wearing gym shoes. I don't care how I look. Like, but that shoe was one of my favorite shoes.
I mean,
but I don't think I would do that with many other shoes. Like, it was just like, little early into the shoe game, kind of learn, getting some hits, buying some shoes, spending some money. And, but I still wear them from time to time, but I got too many shoes. And
I mean, me and him have both got that exact same kind of style. Like I was on a kick for LeBron 11s. When they came out, I had literally every single color that came out. They had like 36 pairs that came out. I bought every one of them at $200 and some a pair plus.
210. Yeah,
so,
210 plus.
I mean, that was when I was in high school, and I was like, that's what I'm going to collect. And I went out and displayed them and like had like a cool display with them. And then I was like, I don't ever wear any of these damn pairs. I'm going to go and put money towards something I actually want to wear and looks cool. So I kind of got rid of that. But yeah, I mean, we all kind of go through that little phase. You're like, this is what I want, and I'm going to buy every one of them.
So I'm going to move into the bowling aspect. So I'm not as big into bowling as Brendan. I do know a little bit though. You've done a lot of your resume is very solid. Your resume is very solid. Is there something on your resume that has stuck out to you that's like your favorite moment? I know.
Man. I mean, as
We
you
know
were
what
saying
just
that,
happened.
I knew you were like
Yeah.
kind of asking that, and I was already starting to try and think. I mean, there's several, but I think, if I had to say my biggest award or accomplishment, like I've won a major,
Yeah.
I've won 2, but my biggest award, I would say, was receiving the Dick Weber Ambassadorship Award in 2021.
Yeah.
Like, I had no clue that was coming, and the history of the people that have won that award was crazy.
Especially being a part of that, yeah.
And I don't ever think about that. Like, I don't, I just go out, be myself, go bowl, talk to people,
Yeah.
hang out, shoot it,
Do what you love, yeah.
and then leave. And then they're like, hey, you won the Dick Weber Ambassadorship Award. And I'm like, all right, well, I love what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I guess I'm doing a good thing for the sport because that's what I want. I want to do
Right.
better. I want to do the best I can for the sport to help it grow, to where more people watch bowling,
Right.
and so I can make some more money as well.
Right.
Like,
Right.
get more sponsors, more people bowling, all of it.
Yeah.
I can say that the one thing that I love about watching you bowl, and like even on and off the lanes, is your relationship with your dad. It's freaking awesome because like I don't bowl a lot of I bowl some tournaments and stuff like that, but like I don't bowl a lot of single tournaments. A lot of the stuff I do is with my dad because I'm bowling with my dad. Not even because I think we're gonna go win or anything like that. It's literally for the sole purpose of hanging out with my dad and going bowling. And I think that's freaking awesome that like you have that awesome connection with your dad. He's always there with you throughout everything.
And the big thing about the connection with my dad is, he got me into bowling. My father, Guppy Troup, he won 42 regional, 8 national. He was the entertainer, the people of the people. He partied. He drank enough Crown Royal to sink the Titanic.
Shout
out. I mean, he partied. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, that's all he did. He partied. Like, and if he had it, he had it. If he didn't, he didn't. He was, I honestly believe now that I've gotten older and learned it, he was out there just for the ride.
Yeah.
Like the ride of the people.
Right.
The parties, the people. They had tons of groupies in the
Right.
80s. Like, we ain't really got groupies. I mean, they're out there, but it's minimal. I figured he was going to ask,
Yeah,
but
so
I
what-
mean, it's
what's
minimal.
what's that one guy, Daly? Is your dad the John Daly of bowling?
Yeah.
That's
I mean, a lot skinnier, but
That's amazing.
yeah. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
very fair assumption. So, and I grew up traveling with him, and now I've actually moved. I live in Kentucky now, so I lived at home for the last 2.5 years before I moved in September. And because I'm home 120 days a year. My
Right.
father's getting older, so it was nice to be able to look after him a little bit if he needed it. But it's great that we have that bowling connection forever.
Yeah.
And as you say, like, you love the connection. I'm imagining that you think it's love it. Like, we're super tight, super
Yeah.
loving all the time. No, I mean, like, I won the U.S. Open and gave Bree a kiss, and then I was looking for Gup and gave him a hug, and I was like, that's another thing I've done you haven't. Like, literally
The small shit talking. I
30
love it.
seconds after I walked off the approach of my final shot. So, like, that's how our relationship is, and it's all love too.
Yeah.
Deep
That's
down,
exactly
we
like
got
me and
deep
my
love.
dad.
We got passion for the game. He taught me he didn't teach me anything about my bowling, actually, because he was one of the straightest one-handed players. I throw a two-handed.
Right.
And it couldn't have been more different. He was just happy that I wasn't bothering him in the bowling center. I was down there running around, bowling,
Right.
practicing,
Doing your damn
playing
thing.
video games
Yeah.
as a kid, and I learned how to bowl too, so it was cool. But he taught me a lot off the lanes and just, I guess, watching, be a bowler of the bowlers.
Yeah, I think that it definitely shows in your personality and the way you interact with people. I mean, I know we kind of like pushed you or kind of had you here like right after your set, but usually you're like one of the last people to leave. Like, people are constantly stopping you, trying to take pictures or talk or just see you in general for that short period of time. Kind of like, it's almost like the Chris Barnes. Like, I feel like you're a lot like the Chris Barnes or the early Jason Belmonte at this point, like where it feels like a lot of people are there to see you, not just see. I mean, everybody likes Bill O'Neill and everybody likes Jason and stuff like that.
EJ
but
Tackett.
EJ Tackett's a great one too.
Fellow local.
Yeah, I mean, shout out EJ, but he kicks my ass on the regular, so I don't
We
really.
kicked my ass again today. But I did beat him on TV at the Open, so take it, EJ.
So, I mean, I know you're a little short on time, but we'll kind of get a couple more questions in here real quick. So, I know that there's stuff that you want to do, and you still haven't accomplished, right?
In bowling?
In bowling. Okay, what is the one accomplishment that you haven't done that you feel like would set you as on the route Mount Rushmore of bowlers? Like, and I guess who is your Mount Rushmore bowlers?
So part one of that, my honest answer is nothing.
Okay.
You know, I didn't have the goal of winning Player of the Year the year I won it. My goal was to win a major, to win the Players' Championship, because that was the big pay and one at the beginning of the year, and it was a 3-month tournament because you had to travel and bowl these different areas. And I accomplished that. You know, I did win Player of the Year. You know, I kind of did set that goal kind of after we got a good start to the year. But, you know, I do set goals, but my goals this year are, you know, I've been reading a book for the last 24 games. Been reading Mind Gym, trying to figure, you know, just keep my mind busy. But my goal for the year was to enjoy what I'm doing more and have fun regardless of my outcome. And I haven't done a great job at it outside of the U.S. Open because I won. But that was my goal. Like, I won a major. I've won Player of the Year. You know, Jesper and I have won the doubles titles twice. I'm Hall of Fame eligible. I mean, I just want to get better mentally and enjoy what I'm doing because I'm getting a little older. Like, I mean, you know, I'm only 32, but, I mean, on the bowling side, like, I mean, I've already been doing it for 8 years. Like, I don't, you know, may not do it past 40. Obviously, if we're bowling for $1 million or something,
of course.
Because I'm going to show out.
Apart, like, you know, but so I'm trying to just improve in that aspect. You know, my life changed a lot. You know, built a house, moved to Kentucky with my fiance. She has 2 kids that are beautiful. So my life really changed. So I tried to set my goals a little different because I haven't enjoyed myself at times on tour this year. Like, I'm putting so much built up stress and stuff. Like, I mean, if I'm being honest, I cried last week after the second game of qualifying in the tournament. Like, broke down crying talking to my rep.
For why?
I'm guessing it was a panic attack. Like, I'm starting to realize I got anxiety and stuff in the last 6 to 9 months, and you know, it is what it is. Like, and it just overloaded. And I was talking to Timmy, and I'm like, Timmy, I don't even care what ball or whatever we do. Like, I mean, I want to cry and leave. And then he's like, well, go to the bathroom for a second. I did, and then I came out, and then I sat down and talked to Jim, our other rep. And, I let it out, like, just cover my face with my chamois for a good 2 minutes. And, you know, so had to put a little more work in on the mental side of the game. And, you know, one thing I have noticed is keep my mind a little more busy while I'm bowling, because obviously I can't quite handle just watching everything and the negative thoughts or non-positive thoughts that come through my mind while I'm bowling. So kind of done lost my train of thought of where I was going with that. But
no, you're good.
I'm reading my book this week, keeping my mind calm.
That's good.
Mind Gym's a great book.
It's kind of like what we were talking about before you came on here too. It's like if you sit there and watch everybody else bowl, then if you shoot a spare, then you're going to watch that dude strike and go, oh, now I'm fucking behind him by 10 more pins or something of that nature. So, like, you've got to, like we were saying, you take it one shot at a time, take it one ball at a time, like, just try to execute that one. Because after it's gone, you ain't getting it back. I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, yeah, that makes sense to me. But you're Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yeah, Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is a big question.
Whew. Mount
Some hurt
Rushmore
feelings could be had.
Of bowling. It don't have to be in order, right?
Absolutely not.
How many is on Mount Rushmore?
4.
All right, cool.
You can give a top
I didn't know
5
if it
that
changed.
makes you feel good.
No, I mean, I didn't know if it changed.
Yeah, they put Troup
the world
on it after,
nowadays. Like, who knows how many slots are available? Performance based, entertaining based.
Your
like,
personal.
You know, my
Your
personal.
personal, just like
My
How you
personal.
base it.
people,
Well,
like if you had a step ladder final that you were like, man, this is going to be a badass show of these 4 people. who would it be? And it doesn't matter of any era.
Belmo.
Yep.
Weber.
Okay. Wait, Pete
Weber.
Okay.
I only know of him.
I haven't really got to see
That's
a lot of people say Dick Weber and Earl Anthony. And,
yes.
Yeah, but I've never really gotten to watch them bowl. Like, yeah, they are the greats.
Yeah.
So, but so Belmo, Pete Weber. To me, Guppy Troup needs to be on there.
Yep.
The best entertainer in the game. And Norm Duke. I was about to throw a lefty in there because I was going to feel bad not putting a lefty there. But my personal Mount Rushmore, I want to see Duke too. Like, I love Duke. Super bowler of the bowlers. Entertainer. And I love Weber. Super entertainer. Not really a bowler of the bowlers.
No, he definitely.
He'll cuss more bowlers out.
He definitely doesn't make a lot of fans. You either love him.
Is Weber the?
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah.
But I will say, Pete has, and it's crazy to say, but Pete has matured in the last couple years. Like, he's made a change in his life too, and he's in his mid to late 50s.
I can tell you
he's
that.
definitely much more of a bowler of the bowlers. Like,
I could tell you that after he retired from the tour last week, because he was at the U.S. Open, and I think he was minus what felt like $1 million. Yeah. And like, usually there's a video of Pete if he's bowling bad where he's blowing up. Okay, so I never saw like him really blow up, and he's minus like $1 million. And he's not really mad. He's just keeping it moving like he is. Like, it is what it is. Then he goes to his own tournament like this weekend. Doesn't really do wonderful. And he's just like, well, this is the way it's going to be. He goes, this is why I'm not bowling. He goes, I'll bowl the 52er and just keep it pushing. But I'm not doing this anymore. It's not fun. Like you were saying earlier, if you're not having fun and enjoying yourself, why are you there? Dude, he's like 60 years old. Yeah.
And, those last few events, I think he did have fun because – unfortunately, he kind of does realize he ain't making it. Like, he ain't making the cut. He is 60 years old, and the way he plays the game, you got to have a ton of touch, a ton of finesse, because he wasn't a big power player. Mm-hmm. And now, at 60, it's probably a little hard to get that touch and finesse. So, but he's enjoying the game now, and just the Pete Weber Classic last week was awesome. I popped a trading card out of the Leaf box. The Leaf
I was
trading
trying
card box.
to get one, and I didn't end up making it to the store to get one. There's a place
in
Muncie that has
feeling
one.
To have your own card.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm actually
awesome.
personally sponsored. Yeah, hang on. Shout out Leaf Trading Card. We got PBA trading cards.
That's awesome.
Live. I don't know.
They're lit.
Maybe you can buy them on the Leaf Trading site still, but if not, you can definitely find them at probably a lot of your local card shops.
I want to shout out Dave Slavin. He's got a card shop that's in Muncie. I think it's called Three Strikes or something of that nature. But that's who I was going to get him off of. He has a case of them at his shop right now. So
I bet Jim Callahan's already been there this week.
I would guarantee it. He literally, like I said, he had a box of them. I messaged him on Sunday. I was like, yo, like, I really need one of these. I got to try to stop in on Monday, and I got slammed with a race car.
It's dope. I'm not a big card collector, so I'm only really looking for mine, Guppies, and Jespers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the rest of them, really, honestly, I'll give them to the people if I get them.
Right. Yeah.
For some reason, like we did a opening at a card shop last week, and they let us keep the box. We did it on their Facebook and came in and signed a bunch of pins for them to give away if somebody bought a box, and they let us keep the cards, and I gave them all away.
Like,
other than the Guppy base that I got. But I did already do a official trade with the PBA Leaf cards.
Oh yeah?
Because I left that card shop. It was they came to the bowl, and then he shows up before the night block. He's like, "Hey man, you still got that Sean Rash auto?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "Sorry, Sean, I traded away your auto." And he's like, "Yeah, do you?" And he had a base, so I'm like,
Right.
"All right, that's fine. Like, I'll just give him the base instead, and
Right.
not even tell him about the auto." And he's like, "Yeah, would you trade for this?" And it was a Guppy auto, and I'm like,
You're like,
"Yeah,
hell
sure.
yeah. I would way rather
But it's
have
cool.
that.
Like, it brought back the
Oh, no.
Pokemon days, and so it's awesome. Shout out to Leaf Trading.
Yeah,
Leaf
that's
Trading
awesome.
card there. I guess they're on the way up too in
Yeah.
the trading card game. I don't know very much at all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've learned a little bit through some of our reps and stuff, but they're making moves, and it's exciting for the players because we also get paid a little bit. Make a little bit of money. So that's good for all the players that are in the set. And I think there's like 54 of them that are in the set.
I like Leaf because they are now like, so before they had like random cards and stuff like that you could get that weren't really piquing my interest, but now they started doing basketball cards, and instead of using their logos and stuff like that, they have like whited them out, but they have like Kevin Durant autos and stuff like that you can get out of Leaf and you can't get out of like Panini or stuff like that. So they have players that they can get exclusively, or they have like they had a set at one point in time that was all historic cards and stuff like that, where you get like an Abraham Lincoln autograph. Like, I'm never going to be able to find it's a cut auto. Like, they would get it from like a check or a piece of paper that he had signed or whatever, cut it out of the piece of paper and put it into a trading card.
I call bullshit.
I swear to God, it is real.
They didn't have
life.
checks back in whatever the hell Abraham Lincoln
I'm telling you, bro, I was shocked too, but I swear to God, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You got any more?
No, I think that's about it.
I had a
my
couple
guy.
more, but I think we're running over, so.
One more.
We're good.
One more.
One more?
What we got?
One more.
I know the answer, but the people might not.
All right.
What's your favorite shoe that you've ever worn as a hype sneaker for in the bowling eye?
That I've worn?
Social media, yeah. Not
I mean-
just, obviously you're not bowling in it, but just
No,
to
just
step
worn
out.
in a bowling alley or something. I mean, it's a little flat because a lot of people got them. But the Travis one, the Shadows, the black Travis one lows.
Phantoms?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, the
Phantoms?
Phantom. Sorry, not
Yeah,
Shadows.
okay.
See, damn, I'm dust.
No, you're good.
I actually got them for retail.
That's solid.
He's
then-
the
but
luckiest
then-
dude in the world.
And I
bro.
got the
He's got the frags.
frags.
And
Yeah,
he's
the
got
fragments.
Phantoms, both for retail.
Yep, both. I was going to a wedding on a plane. I'm literally on the flight,
You
like
got
going
one
to
fly.
Syracuse. Like literally, we're in the air, and I'm still on my phone, which is not always the case because
Yeah.
I already know signal is running out. Like it's the part where you're losing signal, and I see in my phone sneakers because I knew it was coming. But
Yeah,
one, I'm flying. Two, I'm never gonna get EA.
yeah.
And it says you have been eligible. Yeah, so I click it, buy, double tap on the Apple Pay, and at this point we are, I don't know, 5,000-10,000 feet in the air, like way too
You're,
far
like,
to
not
have
gonna get
any time. And it's one bar, and it's spinning. It's doing the spin thing on the pay. Check mark. And I was like, oh my god.
Like, this flight just
flight?
paid for
But
itself. Let's
I don't
go.
want to wear them. I'm not a huge fan of the off-white, and I just want to. I'm going to keep them till I'm not wishing it ever, but I mean, if he ever was to tragically die for some reason.
Oh yeah, they're gonna skyrocket.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
and
they're gonna
if
go
I don't
crazy.
like them and I only paid $100 for them, they're just going to sit up there.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could be trade bait for the chunkies, but
Right.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
as we're kind of wrapping this stuff up, like, I like to give gifts, and we definitely like to show support to the people that come out here.
Yep. Appreciation.
Right behind you is a bag. It is a shoe tote that you can carry your shoes and stuff like that in, that has our logo on it and stuff like that. Like I said, it's just a little appreciation thing to you for coming on. And
so this is for a pair of sneakers, right?
Yeah.
Does it fit highs or
I would say probably
lows?
lows.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
To be
especially
fair.
if they're
Perfect.
11,
Heck
12,
yeah.
I mean,
11.
yeah, like I said,
Dude,
I
this
know
is
you
dope.
have an accessory bag for bowling if you want to throw pads and stuff like that in it. I'm not sure what you would use it for, but I mean, you can use it for just about anything.
I appreciate that. I'm already thinking, like, what am I going to use it for? No, that's dope. And it's Nike, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like I said, we try
Top of
to
the
keep the
line here at
nicest,
Compile
the
Kit.
nicest around here. But Kyle, I appreciate you stopping
Yes.
by,
Heck
man.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Good luck this
That was
week.
awesome.
Pleasure chatting with you
Yes,
guys. Y'all coming
absolutely.
up anymore?
I actually leave for Florida tomorrow, right after I'm off work. So,
Okay. All right.
to be fair,
You got
I
a
love to
sneaker
watch
show?
you, but
You got sneaker stuff going on or vacation?
nah, we're going to race out there. in
Race?
Florida. Yeah.
Alright.
Race outlaw cars. I help with a guy who does it, so we're going down there for a week or whatever to have.
My
fun
buddy
and
goes
race.
to Daytona once a year to help his buddy race go-karts at some big,
Oh, really?
or maybe they're go-karts or whatnot. But, I mean, these little fast-ass cars that aren't NASCAR or anything close to that. But
Yeah, I'll show you what the cars look like as soon as we're off here. But we are a sponsor on that car.
okay.
Which is cool.
Heck yeah.
So-
yeah, you said you were doing the graphic. Yeah.
So we sponsor that car, and I go out there and help him do whatever he needs. And like I said, it's Florida, so gives us a reason to be out of the cold.
I mean, it was 65 degrees today in
Yeah.
Indiana.
That's
clutch.
That's my luck. I can't leave whenever it's like 4 inches of snow the other day. I'm gonna leave when it's 65.
Yeah, you just totaled your car
and you're
too.
gonna get back and it's gonna be snowing.
Yeah, I literally totaled our car on Friday. A lady slid through the grass and hit the front tire of it. Totaled our car on
Shout out
Friday
her.
in the 4 inches of snow that we got, just for us to fly to Florida where it's going to be the same outside as what it is here.
So you totaled your car with it not moving?
No. I was turning into a neighborhood.
Oh, I was thinking.
No. Listen, I was turning
slid
into
through
a
the grass
neighborhood.
into my car. I'm like, oh.
Turning into a neighborhood. They were not even the car behind us. They were the car even like one car back from that. They're like, I didn't want to go into oncoming traffic, so I swerved into the grass. And when
Shout
they
out
did,
her.
all the way through the grass, hit the front tire, uninsured, the whole 9 yards. Go team.
So, like I was saying, top of the line product at Compiled Kicks. Check it out.
So, like I said, we appreciate you coming
Appreciate
on here,
you,
man.
brother.
Thank you so much.
Tyler. Hey, my
yes,
brother's
good
name's
meeting,
Tyler,
pal.
so
We're going to give you about 30 seconds because I know you got a lot of sponsors you want to shout out before the end of the podcast. So, you want to shout them out real quick?
I mean, I've got to thank my main sponsor, Storm Bowling Products. And other sponsors, Vice, another bowling accessory company, Ray's Eyewear, glasses company based out of Colorado. Love Colorado, many reasons. And they make great sunglasses. And they're cheap. Like, their most expensive pair on the site's $25.
Oh,
And they're sharp. I mean, they look
Perfect.
They look good.
Damn.
Bowler X, a bowling merchandise shop.
okay.
My jerseys, all the outfits, Bowlify. I actually just switched to Bowlify at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Super excited. Actually, 2 new outfits came to the bowl
Oh,
today.
Dope.
Literally, I went to turn my score sheet in, and they handed me the package. So I'm probably rocking a new outfit tomorrow. Leaf Trading Card. You know,
Okay.
they're great sponsor. Normally, I fire these off a lot faster. I guess I can cheat and kind of look. Lane Talk, the stats provider, one of the apps. You know, you can download Lane Talk. It's free.
Okay.
That's
You know,
how we
and-
knew where you were at. So, like, we wanted to make sure, like, our timing was still good, like, getting everything set up. I was like, all right, bro, he's still got a game left. Like, we can chill a little bit. Like,
Yeah, Lane Talk. It's an app. You know, follow live scoring, track your own bowling. You know, follow the PBA Tour. You can see us frame by frame if you don't have Bowl TV. And
he's like the face.
don't
Like, they
think I
put
forgot
him
anybody.
on the front all
Damn,
the
you
time.
put me on the spot here. Yeah, it's easy when I'm bowling.
Right. You're
when I'm
like,
bowling. I already know
You're
I'm
in the
all.
like,
zone.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
won. Like,
But-
here's all these people.
I got
Let me
'em
go
all.
kiss my eagle and put it in the bird cage real quick, and then
Yeah, that's a big cage for the eagle. But thank you for the opportunity, man.
Hey, no problem,
Shout out
buddy.
to all my sponsors. Shout out to you guys for letting me come here, kick it, chill.
Thank you for
problem.
taking some time out of your day. It was good.
Definitely. And I guess I'll chat with you about some shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Work
sounds
that out.
good.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
No problem, buddy.
Thank you.